Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Today, the 1st of June 2026. Yeah, I'm here to talk about the current challenges that the citizens of Nigeria are going through in the country. Yeah, what is affecting them currently. You can hear all over the media, uh, different uh, topics concerning Nigeria, the government, issues of kidnapping, terrorism, bad governance. Yeah, I am in Nigeria. Yes, and as a Nigerian, it's also affecting me. You understand? But we have come to a point where um, we'll no longer stay shut and put. Now, there is this country I admire very much, South Africa. Yes, a lot of people will say it is a xenophobic country. Uh, they are Afrophobic. They don't like other Black African nationals to live in their midst because, in quotes, they are taking over their local businesses and all this and all that. We all know that that is a lie because there are South African nationals that are staying in other countries, in other African countries in Africa, in the continent. You understand? And they don't experience this attack that they're attacking people here and there. Their government is not trying, and uh, they are supposed to question their governments, but instead they are going after uh, innocent African nationals who went there for greener pastures, who are doing local businesses, retail shop here and there. But there's something I am against that. I'm against that in a ways because you shouldn't treat your fellow African in such manner. You understand? But there's something I like about them. They 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 know what they want and they know how to achieve it. You understand? Even if what they are clamoring for, what they're agitating for is is irrelevant. But one thing is for sure, there is progress in what they are doing. You can see all other African nationals are running as scared. You see, even they come out on the street, the police they don't do them anything because they see that these people are outside in force, in their mass. You understand? You understand? And that alone is shaking the country. The country is talking about it. Now, this is where I now come to Nigeria. Nigeria is a country where the only what they have is big mouth. They know how to boast. You understand? We are the giant of Africa. We don't carry last. You understand? We are everything. We are trending. Music, football, good thing, bad thing. We are trending. And they just take it as normal part of life. But they forget about the issues of day-to-day activities that affect standard of living. They ignore it until you come to their doorstep and keep knocking on their doorstep. That is when they will now realize that this thing is has gotten out of hand. Understand? Let me give an instance. The last election that happened, which was 2023, when the past government Buhari regime, it was tough for Nigerians. That period of transition, that period of election, it was tough. It was tough. There was a power tussle between the current government, the outgoing government, and the incoming government within themselves, and it affected the citizens because there is an adage in Nigeria that says when two elephant they fight, na the grass they suffer am. You understand? They were accumulating money, accumulating stealing money, and money was scarce. Why? Because they want to use all this money to buy votes. It was scarce. And could you imagine there's another competent um candidate, which was Peter Obi, a neutral entity. Understand? But Nigerians, they are tribalistic, they are religious, they are sentimental, and they can be easily bought. Understand? When Tinubu wanted to enter, there are a lot of friends. I remember where I went to buy food in a local restaurant, and they were talking about this election and whatever, and they were like, Tinubu is going to enter. He's a drug lord, yes, but he has money already, so he's coming to government is not to steal money because he already has money, neglecting the fact that he's a criminal. He's a drug lord. He's a corrupt man to the core. And his background, his biography speaks everything about that. They ignore it. To the extent he said that it is his turn. What turn? What turn? I don't understand. Are they sharing the country like is there a group of people that there is a cartel, a cabal whereby they are rotating the leadership within themselves? He said this is his stone that no matter what you do, you're on your own. Emilokan, that was when the slogan came from. And I was not like, Nigerians, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Eh? Look at somebody with all this bad record. And look at somebody that does not have this bad record. Even a blind person will pick Peter Obi and leave Tinubu. But because of sentiment, instead of Igbo man to enter, let Yoruba man enter. Tribalism. Tribalism. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm not an Igbo man. But you see those kind of statements whereby people are choosing their candidates, their presidential candidates because of tribe. And the other one is religion. That is what is affecting us as a country. A good person is a good person, irrespective of the tribe, irrespective of the religion. That is why we have laws. That is why we have constitution. The laws are supposed to be upheld, irrespective of a person's ethnicity, a person's tribe, a person's religion, a person's belief. But in Nigeria today, the reverse is the case. And now, this this person, this person did not even win. He forced himself inside the office by using INEC. People were asleep, hoping that the following day they would have done with their collation of votes and it will be announced. While people were asleep, they called the results. They took the citizens unaware and they accepted it. They accepted it. That is the first mistake. You don't accept failure. You don't accept corruption. When somebody tell you that black is white or white is black, you tell the person to his face, no, you understand. because we are not fools. You are not coming to power to rule group of idiots. You are coming to rule people with brains, intellect. You are not the only person with leadership capacity. Then, then now, after he has entered everything, every problem has tripled in our very eyes. And the same mistake, they are still going to make it again. They are still coming back and saying that he should continue. You know, there's something I have seen. What I have seen is that the government is not scared. The APC regime is not scared because they know that Nigerians are weak. They don't know how to demand for justice. You understand? And they want to still play the same game again. What is that game? Rigging the election. If you like, you come out in your hundreds, in your millions, and vote. They will still use their puppets, their slaves, which they put in office to rig the election. That is why I have this message for you. There is supposed to be a massive movement for Tinubu to resign before the next coming election. Because if he persists on that office till the coming election, he will do everything. When I mean everything, I mean everything. Even if everybody in this country dies, even if everybody in this country are unalived, he doesn't care. What he cares about is retaining that power. And if he stays in that office till the day of the election, until the day the result will be called, he will be announced the winner again. That is why from now till the time of election, there should be, you know, the question of accountability should be asked. And if he cannot, he should resign. Nigeria should not make this mistake again. And I am ashamed at those people that are still coming outside with that party flag and campaigning. It is the worst regime ever that I have seen. Worst. Nigerians don't know how to ask the right questions. You don't know that when the government is bad, it reflects in every other arm in this country. You see, your military is incompetent. Your police is incompetent. Your health sector there's nothing to write about it. Educational sector, nothing. Because the head is off. Because the head is gone. Because the head does not care. Does not care. In 2023, when our president gave his presidential speech, I don't know how many of you listened to it. Hmm. I knew that we are doomed because there is nothing sensible about his speech. The cost of living is high. The price of things are high. People cannot feed. Hunger is high. The rate of unemployment, there is no job. Look at the streets. You see graduates. People are graduating every day without work. And you came to your speech and you're talking about agbado, corn, cassava. Are you serious? Now today, now we are in 2026. He has given another speech as a president, and they asked him, What about the insecurity? What does he? How can he tackle it this time? And he was talking about that the children that were kidnapped, their animals. A senseless speech. And those psychophants standing behind him, they are clapping their hands, they are applauding that nonsensical speech. So this whole thing is devastating. You understand? It is high time Nigeria to wake up and to know that this is no longer a matter of party. This is not a matter of candidate. This is a matter of accountability. You understand? When the government is not trying, you ask the right questions in their face. And if they can't answer you, they should leave. Let competent people come and take over. That is the only way Nigeria will move forward. It's not about promises. You understand? Don't put somebody there because of what they told you, because of the amount of English they can speak, because of how fluent they can speak, or because of how educated, or because of their tribe, or because of their religion. You see, that is why people are clamoring that Nigeria should divide. Because they've already seen that any tribe that enter, they will work for the interests of their kinsmen, which is wrong. Which is wrong. Well, war is nothing somebody is praying for, and I pray that we should never and we should not get to the stage where we're going to fight a war. I don't want that. I don't want that. Understand? It can get better. Well, I'm not going to tell you who you're going to vote. Neither I don't know if I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote either. But the word is enough for the wise. You understand? And you that will be voting, don't just vote. Protect your vote. You understand? Protect it. You should vote with your two eyes open. Okay? And I believe Nigeria will be great again. Bless you.